The Father Christmas podcast with Kim. And Father Christmas, of course.
In association with Mike FX microphone sleeves, loved by professional artists all around the world.
It's Thursday evening. It is the Father Christmas podcast with me, Kim, and of course, he's here. Well, I hope you're there.
Hello. Yes,
knock, knock, knock.
I'm here.
Hello. How are you going on with the technology? I mean, 3 weeks in now, and so far, fingers crossed, there've been no hiccups. We've connected together first time.
You're talking to a master of technology now.
I don't think I am.
The technology is really run for me by a number of the elves who are very, very clever at doing all this sort of thing. They just point me in the right direction and say, push that button, or do that, or move this. Is it a thingy you move up? Fader? Fader. Fader. You move that up and down, and you can hear people. And the other wonderful thing I've discovered, they haven't let me do it yet, is you can see people as well.
Oh,
you
my
really
goodness.
can.
No.
Some of the elves are working on this technology so we can enhance our present distribution and sorting efforts, which is really going to be quite fun.
Father Christmas, we need to start talking about that. We are now 2 weeks away from Christmas. I mean, my goodness, you must be inundated with letters. Where do you keep them all?
Well, we do get an awful lot of letters. There's millions of children in the world, and lots of them, thankfully, still write to me. And if you're listening and you have written to me, I have read your letter. We sit down and we read them all. We have to understand what you want and all the things you need, and the wonderful little stories you tell us about all your lives and things. And this year, with this dreadful virus thing going around, there's been some lovely heartfelt stories, and some of the children have been so just wonderful, looking after people and helping people. It's really gratifying. It really is. But we read all the letters. I don't personally read every single one because we have a whole team of elves who will read a lot of the others, and I'm fed them to understand what the situation is, what sort of presents are being talked about, and what sort of things that people want and what to do, you see.
I mean, millions and millions and billions of letters come your way, and with those letters generally are lists. I mean, you've probably got to double that, triple it, loads and loads of different presents on the lists.
About that, we have a complete half of one of our large warehouses, which is underground here in Lapland, because it's under the Koroventutu mountains, you see. So it is absolutely massive. And we have a complete bench along there where all the lists are collated. So we put them into what people want, what people would like, and what sort of gifts they are, whether they're for boys or for girls, and it's you know, it all seems to work really, really well. Well, I have a wonderful team around me. The elves, and of course on delivery day, Christmas Day or Christmas Eve, I have the wonderful reindeer. They're at the moment outside enjoying themselves, and they're really quite fascinating animals. What they do when they get outside, they munch through acres and acres of lichen, you know, that stuff that grows on, and moss. So they keep a lot of the ground stuff growing down, and they love willow and birch tree leaves. And there were some here during the summer months. Yeah, but I digress. We're talking about the presents.
You're listening to the Father Christmas podcast.
In association with Mike FX microphone sleeves, loved by professional artists all around the world.
It's good that you mentioned the reindeer, so we know that they're sort of getting themselves fit and ready, and we're going to talk about them as we get a little nearer to Christmas. But
yes,
2 weeks out now, you've got the lists, all the letters have arrived, you've got the lists, I'm sure they get hung up. Around this time, we're starting to see lots of movies on the TV here, and lots of movies about yourself and about the elves and about the workshops. Is it really like that?
Yes, it is, really. It's a very happy time for us all here. We're doing the job that we love to do. And the job that we do always brings smiles to people's faces. So it's a lovely time of the year because everyone's together with family and things as much as they can these days, of course. And the children smile and they're happy with their toys, and they can run off and play with their toys while their parents, their mummies and daddies, get on with the things that mummies and daddies want to do. You see, so it's a wonderful time of year.
It's a busy time for the elves. They must be working full time now.
Oh,
Do they
yes.
have do you have a head elf? Do you have people in charge of different departments?
Yes, we have people who run different departments. We don't have a strict hierarchy because all our elves are very, very clever. I have to say that we do have some naughty ones, which is quite interesting at times. No, we have heads of department. There are 3 heads of department in the Lego department, you know.
Oh, wow.
3. We have to, because there is just so much Lego that goes out that we have to do that, you see.
Wow.
I think that was one of my emaily things.
Did you have an email arrive?
Did you hear? Yes,
I did.
Yes, there's a little icon appeared on the screen.
Well, you're going to tell us what it is?
Oh, Kim, look what I've just found. It's a rather fascinating new toy called a Tony, or a Tony box. It tells me stories, songs, and lots of other things. Oh, it's wonderful.
No, don't let it distract you. We're talking about the elves and getting the production line ready. Do you get lots of the presents wrapped up as well?
Yes, we have teams of elves who are specialised wrappers. And they know exactly how to wrap the most simple of boxes to the most intricate of toys. I mean, how do you wrap a tricycle?
I don't know.
It is very, very complicated, but we have elves who know exactly how to do it.
And they're very clever because they quite often manage to match the wrapping paper that mummies and daddies buy as well. How do they know those things?
Well, we research what sort of wrapping paper there is around the world, you see. And we think, well, those people there are going to use the one with the Christmas decoration over there and the Christmas trees, so we'll buy that one. We have stocks of virtually all the types of wrapping paper you can buy. So when there is a request, we look up what the mummies and daddies would perhaps like to use, and we use that one.
Very clever. But some presents don't get wrapped, do they? Because we have stockings or sacks.
Yes, that's for the little gifts, the little treasured gifts. It's the wonderful thing of hanging stockings over the mantel or at the end of the bed. And it's an old Dutch custom, because children always, in Dutchland, children always used to leave their shoes in the fireplace to collect gifts, and that's transported to, particularly to the UK, to stockings.
So I just want to go back to what we were talking about when we very first started today's podcast, and that was that you have got everybody's letter, and every letter has been read. Maybe not by yourself, although you do get to see them all.
Yes, yes.
They're definitely all with you.
Oh, yes, they are.
It's such a busy time for you right now, isn't it?
It
Do
is
you think we
indeed.
should let you get on?
Oh, really? Okay. Yes, well, there are some things to be done. Some of the elves are outside giggling at me sitting here talking to this microphone. Yes. And they're giggling. You see, I can do it.
They don't believe you, do they? Look, Father Christmas, we're going to let you get on with your preparation. Next week, we're going to catch up. We'll be just 1 week away from Christmas. So I'm going to want to know all about all of your reindeer and how ready they are. Shall we talk next week?
Yes, surely. Yeah, surely. Yeah, but the other thing is to, for all the children listening, remember this. If Father Christmas leaves you some coal, it means that you have been naughty during the year. So remember, all be very, very good, and you'll get possibly the present you wanted.
Fingers crossed for that. Let's talk again next week.
Look forward to it. Look forward to it. This is becoming a regular habit, which is, I think it's absolutely wonderful.
Have a lovely rest of the day, Father Christmas.
Thank you very much, Kim. I shall now go and tell off the elves and tell them to go back to work.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
I love you, Father Christmas.
The The Father Christmas podcast has teamed up with Tony Box, a new audio system that changes the way children listen to stories and music. It's like nothing you've ever heard before.
It's intuitive, like child's play. The easy-to-use Tony Box is perfect for all children from the age of 3 who want to listen, learn and laugh, where and whenever they feel like it.
The Father Christmas podcast is also proud to support the Firefighters charity. They need to raise urgent funds to help support the fire service community with mental, physical and social support throughout their lives. You can get involved with the Fire Family Christmas campaign and take part in your own Santa Dash to help fundraise. All the details are in the podcast notes.